Imagine that you're choking on a piece of food. Who would you rather have help you? Would you rather have the person that has to go look up how to do the Heimlich maneuver? Or would you rather have the person there that knows the Heimlich maneuver, has trained on it, and knows how to implement it in this situation? I think it's safe to say that we would all rather have the person who already knows the Heimlich rather than the person who has to look it up. And I think that there's some correlation there between that and maybe what we experience today with the Word of God. Because we have something that the first century church did not have. We have the Word of God at our fingertips 24/7, able to search it. They didn't have the ability to go and search the Word of God electronically. And so there's this possible temptation to just say, well, if I want to know what the Word of God says, I'll just go look it up. I don't really need to memorize it. Well, there's the negative, I think. Have we become more reliant on able to search it versus memorizing the Word of God? Because that's what the first century church really had to do, right? They had to memorize the Word of God to keep it on their hearts at all times. And so I want to look at a passage here in Proverbs chapter 22, and verse 17 and 18. And let's see what the Word of God says. It says, "Incline your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply your heart to my knowledge. For it will be pleasant if you keep them within you, if all of them are ready on your lips." Going back to our illustration from earlier of the person choking, imagine that you're now presented with a situation and you've got two possible decisions in front of you, right? Two possible ways to go about it. Which is better? Having to go search what the Word of God says, or already knowing what the Word of God says so you can implement it right there on the spot because you know the Word of God? Obviously, it's the latter. Having the Word of God ready on our lips is so important. And the way that we go about that is we consume the Word of God. And we memorize the Word of God. I want us to refocus again on verse 17. "Incline your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply your heart to my knowledge." It's so important that we memorize. It's so important that we study. And when we do that, when situations do arise, we're ready to act because we know what God says. And so my encouragement for you today is this. Let's know the Word of God. Let's study the Word of God. Let's let it be a part of our lives to where it's ready when we need it most. When we're faced with those situations and we need to implement the Word of God quickly. Let's be ready and able to do that. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and may God bless you.